The idea of the project is to come up with a model where there would be an environment within which there would be people interacting and some resources that they're sharing, as well as some places where they could rest. At least this would be a very basic version of this sort of idea. For example, if the resources might regenerate slower, how would this affect how people interact with them? How would this affect other aspects of the environment? How would they interact with each other as a direct result of this? And while they might not particularly be the most accurate to how the real world works, it would still give some ideas to anyone observing this sort of simulation in order to think of how the environment might be affected by the different things they might not have thought of before.
So it took a while just to understand where we were coming from individually, but also understanding the vision we had in common. But then we realized that it didn't matter so much that we had one cohesive vision. It could be just a medal of projects, of individual endeavors that we wanted to tie together some way. So I guess now it's more about doing what we like individually, but also trying to fit all the pieces together.
Instead of working on the program details in the office, we will actually go outside to get inspiration. As the first day of the work, we climbed Mountain Royal to get familiar with each other, to share our ideas about the essence of change. I feel like when surrounded by the trees, soft breeze, grass, I'm really relaxing and comfortable. My ideas quickly come up and I'm more willing to share with other members, which I never thought I would work and talk outside. This experience inspired me to rethink the linkage between humans and the environment. This relationship is invisible but easily observable at the same time.
And I think that having a community garden program, so if children were in schools introduced to the idea of having a class or a school community garden where they grow their own food, where they grow their own vegetables, where they cook meals using the food they made, I think really getting a sense of the process of where is this coming from, what effort did I have to put in to get this here, and also just connecting more with where our resources coming from will help them become less wasteful and think more about, okay, am I just going to throw this out, and also help make better choices. I think it's always more fun to eat vegetables that you grow yourself than just vegetables in general.
Hunger, poverty, violence, global warming, unemployment. The world is not perfect right now. A lot of things need to be changed. But why haven't we made a change yet? Is it because we don't know how? But sometimes, even we know what to do, there's still quite some resistance pushing us back. Why is it the case? Why is it so hard to change? We want to build a theory to explain why we change and why we don't change, both as an individual and as the world as a whole. As you can see, change is like a ball pushed by a momentum to climb up the hill. Hope, clarity, competence, and resilience drive us forward, while comfort, confusion, incompetence, and negative emotions pull us backward. All of these different forces are also connected and interacting with each other in a web. So, whether we change, whether we move forward, it's all about how to balance these forces.
If patriotism becomes an excuse to be morally paramount, or if it becomes a hindrance to critical thinking, should we still follow it? Or can we develop such type of patriotism without the emotional or blind attachment to the country? I'm bothered by the separateness in our world. I hope there is less hate between people due to their nationality, skin color, or their affiliations. Instead of attaching to a country, why don't we attach to a culture? I believe one of the foundations for a better world is to embrace the connectedness of different cultures and respect the multiplicity of culture. And I believe it is ingrained in our DNA.
I'm not really sure that we have like distinct roles. It's kind of like we're all part of like, we're all kind of like interconnected in our project. And so I feel like I've mostly been like everyone else sharing ideas, thinking about directions that we could approach the project in, and then helping contribute to all the ideas that we come up with collectively. So it's hard to kind of give it like a one-term role idea. I feel like I'm just a part of the team.